Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving weekend. We have an amazing show.
Indeed, we do. We missed you guys. At least I can't speak for Saagar, but I actually miss being here and doing this thing. All right, in the show today, we've got Hill reporter Mike Lillis breaking down the timeline and what's going on with impeachment. We've got David Dayen talking about Obama's real legacy. And we've also got a great piece with Aaron Glantz talking about some new reporting on Deval Patrick's role in the housing crisis. You don't want to miss that one. But we also this morning have our eye on a couple of dropouts from the 2020 primary.
That's right. Breaking news this morning. Steve Bullock, the governor of Montana, has decided to drop out of the race. Of course, he struggled. I don't think he ever made it on to maybe one of the debate stages in the very beginning.
I can't even remember. I think
he would never hit more than 1% in the polls. This was a big surprise, though, I guess, to the Democratic establishment, because if you think about it, I mean, Bill Clinton, right? That was the Steve Bullock model. Red state governor, knows how to bring people together, can talk to both sides, got some of the white working class vote, ranchers, heterodox views on trade and all these other sorts of things, but he never ever caught on, and I think it just goes to show how that model of politics is out. Also, Joe Sestak is out of the race. I don't even know if most of you were running. Krystal and I did, because he would annoy us constantly with email blasts
all the time.
Cup of Joe, which came out at 6 a.m. So
how did he get our names? I don't know, but he did. He did, and he emailed us relentlessly.
Right. Yes, he did.
With Bullock specifically is really interesting because he had a potential lane he could have occupied as this red state governor if he had leaned into the economic populist part.
Right.
But at core, he's this sort of more corporatist, like moderate. That's his true space. And so he decided to fall into the John Delaney and Michael Bennett and all these other people who were trying to kind of be the moderate Joe Biden alternative. But there are so many of them, number one. And number two, people like Joe Biden. So there was just never a space for that.
It's weird that these red state guys who get elected from farm states and farm districts don't understand that. I mean, populism in this country originated with farmers, right? Farmers versus the bankers.
Absolutely.
And yet, he comes out with these pro-corporate talking points. And I'm like, what farmers and ranchers are you representing? I mean, I know the truth, which is that a lot of the consolidation has hit that industry. But I do think that these guys who get elected, based on a farmer vote should understand much more what that class struggle should look like. So it has always baffled me that they come out and they just have moderate economic positions. I don't think it fits.
Right. Yeah. And he's not a fiery that's what you want is the prairie pod, the fiery but that was never going to be him. Interestingly, juxtaposed, that's the word I'm going for.
Yes.
That with Andrew Yang, who literally no one knew before. I actually knew him, but nobody else knew him before this campaign. Businessman who is running on an idea that, first of all, is not particularly popular, UBI. Second of all, people don't even know what it is. But he advocates for it. He advocates for it fiercely. It connects with the deep problem that people really have of automation and job loss in this country. And just this weekend, he had his biggest fundraising day ever, $750,000 in 24 hours. And what makes this even more remarkable, Saagar, is it's not like there was a debate.
No.
There wasn't a CNN town hall. There was no viral moment of him breakdancing or something.
Nope.
It was just literally...
He just sent an email.
Sent an email and was like, guys, I need some money. And they're like,
he's like,
here
hey,
you go.
It's the end of the month and I could use some money. And 18,000 contributions, an average donation of $41. Truly grassroots fundraising effort. I mean, let's juxtapose that, right? Which is red state governor, old model of politics. He actually won his race. He was supposed to come in and really be the center line, be the new Bill Clinton, forge a new party. Then you have a businessman who basically memed himself into modern American politics, who is now raising $750,000 in a single day. That is a massive sea change in American politics.
Yeah.
Andrew Yang is not going anywhere. And so many of these other Democrats need to wake up, right? Joe Biden can't even raise this amount of money in a single day. He'd be begging on his knees. He can't even get that same. The only people who can compare are Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. And more we're seeing what the new model of politics is going to be. In 2020, I'm going to bet right now that both major candidates on both parties are not going to be getting the predominant amount of their fundraising dollars from the party establishment or from Wall Street. They're going to be getting it from their voters.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you so beholden. That old model makes you so beholden to this very narrow slice of America. And it also means, look, once they give and they max out, that's it. You're done. And that's what Joe Biden's run up against. I mean, you also look at Kamala Harris, right? I mean, we're going to talk about this today in the show, but new reporting says she may not even make it to January, right? She was someone who the media really celebrated. She had this massive initial rally. You could see, oh, California's coming on the primary map. But at the end of the day, she never built out really that grassroots fundraising base that Andrew Yang has. And now he's one poll short of making the next debate stage. And like you said, he's not going anywhere. He will be there in Iowa. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just represents, again, Kamala, Pete, all these other people, which is when you live by the media and the elites, you die by them.
That's right.
Whereas Yang lives and dies by his own supporters. And guess what? They're not going anywhere.
They are not going anywhere. All right, we're going to tell you what's on our radars. That's next.